I want to show you the food forest, the syntropic food forest in Moriani, Corsica. It's 1.5 years old, almost. We planted in March and April of 2023, I think, most of the plants you see. And as you can see, from this point of view here, you can clearly see all the tree lines or tree rows. Here, for example, you have a tree row. This is vegetable alley, and then another tree row. And note how tall the trees already are. You know, this Polonia, as you can see there, it's at least 5 or 6 meters tall already. It's impressive. And also other plants like willow, elderberry, they are growing very, very quickly. And this is just great. Here, for example, you see lots of leeks, parsley, Swiss chard, cabbages in the alley between the tree lines. And here, this is actually one of my favorite part. This is raspberry production. They really benefit from the shade, especially in the early morning. Now there's not so much shade anymore, but in the early morning there's a lot of shade created by these Polonia trees. Here there's a swale that we hardly see anymore because of all the weeds. Here we have another tree line, and this is also a really impressive tree line with lots of Polonia trees. And in between we grow melons mostly, and I think some watermelon as well. And yeah, it's just great to see how quick these trees have grown. In just basically 1.5 growing season, they are already bigger, taller than 3 meters. Most of them, some even lots taller than that. So it's really impressive. And this is great because this means that especially next growing season, there will be more shade for us, for the gardeners, as well as for the plants. And this is very important, of course, because it's really, really warm here in summer, of course, because this is the Mediterranean climate. And now let me just show you from close up how it looks like. By the way, this view is also not bad at all, with the mountains behind. So here we have some zucchini, which has done really well, but now it's suffering a bit. Maybe it's suffering a bit from the heat. Here, well, I'm not gonna go through all the individual species, but as you can see, there are lots of fruit trees: figs, kaki or persimmon, lots of different things. Here you can see another tree line from the side. And we also have lots of beans, runner beans here. They are doing well, really, really well. They started to suffer a little bit. I don't know exactly what it is, but we had this last year too. Here, this is actually our best eggplant patch ever. There are so many eggplants that are growing here. We have white ones, black ones, purple ones, snakes, as I call them. Those guys over here. They're just really long. Well, this one is not really long, but when they are ripe, they're really long and they're beautiful. And then behind you can see all the trees, like a loquat fig. And here you can see other fruit trees. This, for example, is a kumquat. Here you can actually see the fruit over there. I have to prune it. And here we have melons, peppers, tomato, basil, eggplant again. This is a beautiful clementine or orange, I always forget which one. And so yeah, looks pretty good to me. Here you can see basil under the tomatoes, or small beans, eggplant. And this is how it looks like from the other side. It's beautiful with this beautiful summer light. Here we have a small alley and lots of leeks and peppers. Here you can see some watermelons that are growing in the alley. Here we have asparagus, by the way, on the left. And yeah, oh, this is funny. There's a snail on the citrus. This is a clementine or something like that. I believe it's a clementine. Yeah. So lots of leeks still to come. They are thirsty. We need to irrigate them a bit more. Another tree line that you can see. Our greenhouse is full of sweet potato, purple sweet potato to be exact, and they are just growing super quickly because they love the heat. Then here you can beautifully see the lines and the vegetables. Unfortunately, here the vegetables are not doing great at all. As you can see, they are horrible, these eggplants, and this is due to the ants. We have lots of exotic ants. Here you can see them crawl. Let me show you a bit better. They are just everywhere, and they are destroying all these eggplants. They decapitate them. It's horrible. So yeah, no eggplants here, unfortunately, but lots of melons to come, zucchini that are for the moment doing well. And look at these trees. It's just incredible. Let me zoom in. Yes, it's just incredible how tall they already are. Then we have our raspberries. They are also doing really, really well. I'm really happy. I'm thrilled about this. There are just so many to come. Oh, and this is cool. This is a tree. Let me show you the total tree. It's called autumn olive, and I've never tasted the fruits, but I heard they are really good, and we're gonna have lots of them this year if everything goes well. There you can see them. They should be really tasty, so I'm very curious. This is also cool. This is an apple tree here with a grapevine climbing into the tree. Yeah. Then we're actually gonna let it climb into this Polonia tree. So the idea is to basically let them give their fruit using the trees as a support system. And yeah, so, and especially let them give their fruits at a low height, so not all the way up in the tree, of course. Here you can see all the raspberries. They really like the shade. This tree is called Melia. I don't know really if it has an English name, but it grows very quickly as well. I believe it does C4 photosynthesis like corn, for example, or the Polonia tree, which is another type of photosynthesis than the C3 photosynthesis, which is done by most temperate plants. And it basically grows way quicker. And you can definitely see it at the Polonias, how tall they are. And also this Melia plant. So yeah, that's an update on the situation here in July. I still hope to see one more month of growth on the trees, and yeah, would be cool. I'm happy about how it's developing.